Hello, the Canada Border Services Agency has a number of remission programs that are available to importers to negate the need to pay duties and taxes at time of clearance and thus improve cash flow concerns by not having to wait long periods of time to recover these payments. Today, we want to talk about the Exporters of Processing Services program, more commonly known as EOPS. Exporters of Processing Services can be described as manufacturing service companies. These companies perform manufacturing services such as assembly, manufacture, alteration, etc. on goods or materials that they do not own, for which they charge a fee. Qualified companies can import goods belonging to non-residents without having to pay the goods and services tax on condition that when the work is done, the products are exported. In order to be considered for the benefits of the program, you must be registered for GST/HST purposes. You are able to post financial security if required. You never transfer possession of the goods to another Canadian business except for storage or transportation. The goods are owned by non-residents who are not closely related to you, and the goods are never consumed or used in Canada. And finally, the goods will be exported within 4 years from accounting for them. To apply for the program, you must prepare an application letter requesting authorization to use the EOPS program and send to your local Canada Revenue Agency Services office. Should the product be subject to duties, you can also apply for duties relief under the Duties Relief or Deferral program. In this case, you would forward the K90 Duties Relief application and GST application letter to your local Canada Border Services Agency and not the Canada Revenue Agency. Quite recently, we've had an increase in calls from clients asking if there are any programs available that would benefit them to defer any duties or taxes at time of clearance. As an example, manufacturing service companies who import chassis from US-based customers to install truck bodies, sewer cleaners, or cranes, for example, have to pay the 5% GST on the chassis. If you have a contract with a US customer to produce 50 truck bodies and the chassis that are sent to you have a value of $100,000, that would mean that you're paying $5,000 per chassis, and based on 50 chassis, $250,000 in GST. And then having to wait until you do your remittance to the Canada Revenue Agency before you get your money back. The EOPS program would be a real benefit for people in these types of situations.